come in.
It's me. Couldn't you have just locked it? Are you barricading yourself in here?
It's not a barricade. I'm moving out.
You're resigning?
Better than being fired.
Hardly. The reporters want to comment?
I have none. Have you seen my paperweight?
Why?
It's round and looks like the earth.
Why did you do it?
I could ask you the same question.
Bit of an unfortunate title. How did you think of it?
The title is Great Artist Steal. It's from that Picasso quote, good artist copy, great artist steal. It debunks the idea that creativity is this ethereal, otherworldly process of creating something out of nothing. As Lear said, nothing will come of nothing. Creativity. Now listen to this. Creativity is theft. Taking bits and pieces of what we've seen and heard, nothing new, and putting them together in the melting pot of the mind, assembling some sort of Frankenstein's monster and calling it a new creation. Yeah, I sent in a full book proposal that covers... Great. Great. Yeah, I'll get the post out tomorrow. Do you want me to cover the same? No, I can totally do that. Thank you, by the way. Thanks, so... Oh, no, sure, definitely. Okay. Goodbye.
Do you have a minute?
My office hours are from 2 to 3 on Wednesdays. It's...
5 after 2.
Oh. Pull up a chair.
It's about my paper.
Oh, yes, I remember this. Its problem is it doesn't have a thesis.
No, it does.
Yes, but your thesis is about how little you know of the subject.
Well, I thought it would be a disservice to claim false authority over something that there's no...
You have to make an argument. Take a side.
Well, it would be unfair to give more credit to one idea when they're all equally valid.
Why can't you just say Shakespeare's creativity and prolificacy can be clearly attributed to his environment?
Because it's not that simple. And it could be wrong.
Sam, Shakespeare's dead.
In one sense of the word, historians are still piecing together...
Have you read any of my articles?
Yes.
What do you think?
Oh, well, I understand they cater to a different audience, and I think that particular audience appreciates them, but...
My point is, they take a side.
I think they're reductive.
What?
They're trying to simplify complex ideas, explain inexplicable phenomena, and make logical leaps with outdated data. I feel like you're pigeonholing me to your same formula with my paper, and no question, your formula has served you well by finding a more academic environment you would open.
Excuse me. I think I have another appointment.
I'm sorry,
There's someone at the door. Are they still at the door?
They're not leaving. Are you still worried about your breathing? John, I've told you a million times you can't forget how to breathe. If you did, you'd realize it. Your face would turn blue and you'd be uncomfortable. You'd say, oops, haven't breathed for a few minutes, better inhale.
I sometimes forget.
Relax, you don't have to.
Why are you here?
I came to apologize.
What?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Cass. I can't do tonight. The blog post is due tomorrow, the conference this weekend. I feel like I'll have to pull another all-nighter. God, I feel like one of my students, but it's exhilarating. They love the book. I feel like this one. This one, honey, will be the biggest one of my career. They've scheduled so many talks that it's... No, I can't do tomorrow night either. I'm tied up for quite a while now. And it's not just the book. I'm teaching, and I'm Come on, I'm not. Can't we just be happy for each other? Not suspicious, not... Oh, you were? I was kidding too. And I promise, things will calm down. We'll move into that house on... No, seriously, they will. Thanks. I'm glad too. Okay. Love you. I've got the whole world in my hands. I've got the whole world in my hands. I've got the whole world in my hands. I've got the whole world in my... Cassie, you forgot to hang up. Cassie, are you there? You forgot. Cassie? Cassie, can you hear me? Cassie? Cassie?
You look upset. I haven't seen you this since
Yeah? Why did you do it?
Why did you play
Answer me this time.
I screwed up. I'm sure you know that people screw up sometimes.
Come on.
Oh, you were distant. So engrossed with your thieves or geniuses or whatever. It's weird because you glorify cheaters, but you can't even begin to forgive me. And not to mention self-centered, always worrying about your next career move or your breathing.
Oh, so this is my fault.
Partially. Just as I'm sure the mistake was partially mine.
Really?
I'm sure what I did hurt your ability to
You
focus.
had nothing to do with it.
So it was a coincidence.
As my book says, coincidences are scientifically more probable than people think.
Oh, then what we're referencing your book? Like it's actually a reputable source. Let me tell you what else it said. The creative mind doesn't function properly under emotional trauma. It can only flourish without distraction. And you were afraid of losing that. Losing what Samantha had.
You busy? I know this is... But, can you sign this?
Did you find it reductive?
I'm sorry our last meeting ended badly. I like the book, I really did.
Thank you.
I like the chapter about Shakespeare.
Thank you.
Might I say I noticed some similarities to my paper in that chapter?
It's a common topic.
I'm aware. I got B on that paper, you know.
You didn't have a thesis.
I didn't think, like you did, that Shakespeare was merely rebranding or regifting previously told stories.
Then why did you say that?
Because I recognized the possibility that he was.
You can't write a paper like that.
Why not? It's not as easy as you want it to be, as your book makes it out to
You know,
be.
people like simple.
I don't. I like truth. And also, your title quote, Picasso might not have even said it. Different versions of the quote have been attributed to multiple people for more than a century.
Why are you here?
I want to get my book signed.
I'm not going to change your grade.
I know that. That's why I'm going to say this. You're wrong. Theft isn't creativity. Even if Picasso did say he didn't mean it literally.
Okay, now maybe I will.
Life isn't as routine as you make it out to be. We have the ability to create. Sure, we innovate, we reimagine, we adapt. But there is so much left to be discovered. And just because you can't see that anymore doesn't mean you have to deny the possibility that true creativity exists.
Come back and say that to me in 10 years.
Don't condescend.
Once again, Why are you here?
I looked closely at your book. At your sources. And I discovered some irregularity.
Look, she's a kid. She's one of my students. I gave her a B, and now she's after me. It's personal. It's not... Well, that's because they're from unpublished interviews. And look, okay, they were handwritten notes, so the transcript might have been a little fuzzy. No, wait, I have someone on the other line. No, it's a reporter. I need to answer this. You listen to me. Do not, I repeat, do not publish that story. Do you have any verification besides that girl? Oh, more than me. Wow, okay. Look, I have to go on the other line, but you better put the story on hold. I know people who will scour through every flub up, every sloppy error in your career. I know you have them. We all do. If you publish that story. Okay, he's holding on to the story. We have time. The truth is what I've been telling you. Is this off the record? No notes, sir. Okay, look. I might have had a few screw-ups in the book. Nothing that isn't already ubiquitous in the profession. Nothing as major as he's making it out to be. And not a disregard of the truth, just a shaping of it. For the story. You what? No, you can't. This is unproven. No, I did not admit to anything. Wasn't that was off the record, right? I was just... This isn't anything new. We all do this. We don't have to ruin the one who's been caught. The story's live? The story's live! Hold on! What did I tell you? If you do not take this down, you are ruined! Are you there? Hello? Hello? Look, I'm doing everything in my power to fix this. Just let me know. Hello? You're gone too? A student wrote me. Not Samantha, another one. I flunked him for copying someone else's paper. He asked if he could get his A back. The worst thing, the absolute worst thing is that they love me. As much as students would love a teacher, now it's like, never meant anything, you know?
Absolutely.
Like it was never real.
But it was.
Still, I have to go. I feel like I can't look at them anymore.
You can. What if you just stayed for another day to say goodbye?
I'd be fired. This is slightly more honorable.
You're worried about doing the honorable thing now.
I always was.
Samantha's out there.
Is she talking to a reporter?
Probably, but she came to see you.
How do you know?
I talked to her. She's getting a paper published.
What paper?
The one you edited.
The one I gave her a B on?
John, she dedicated it to you.
What?
She used some of the notes from your discussions, and she felt the need to recognize that.
I have to.
You're going to have to face them sometime.
Staying here until they leave. shelves.
You're still bringing them with you?
I don't want to forget it.
Neither. Was Shakespeare a thief? Yes. In Elizabethan England, during Shakespeare's time, there was a great emergence of new playwrights who all stole elements of each other's works. And because of this, they became much better playwrights than they would have ever been on their own. For centuries, historians have marveled at the mystery of how one man with little education could be so prolific. They've postulated that he may be a different person or a collection of people under a pseudonym. He was neither. He was just a man, unhindered by copyright laws, knowing that nobody would stop him from stealing. In a sense, the historians are right. He was a collection of people. All of his playwright contemporaries and everyone he knew who was a potential influence, under one pseudonym. Do we really owe him credit for his success? Partially. He was a good thief. But we really need to consider whether the label written by William Shakespeare gives the innumerable other writers of his plays the credit they deserve. I was the most disheartened when I heard about Shakespeare's degree. I revered Shakespeare. He was an idol to me. After doing my research on Shakespeare, he seemed like less of an idol in my eyes. But did he seem like any less of a person? No. He was still a talented playwright whose talent was propelled greatly by the culture in which he was part. After getting over the initial shock over Shakespeare's plagiarism, or what else should we call it, I finally found it in myself to revere Shakespeare. They're not going to leave.
I know.
So you might as well go out there.
But
Samantha's waiting for you.